Okay, so now, good, we got the hitch out of the way early. So, welcome. Yes, this is going to be the 2017 Winter Meeting post-game highlights. My name is Brian Enberg. I'm the president of the Mountain Rescue Association. I'm also from a little team up in northern New Jersey Search and Rescue, and I'm a member of its Mountain Rescue Unit. First off, before I go any further, thank you, Jessica, for everything you do to help coordinate and work out all the technical glitches with us to make these webinars a possibility. PMI is a president's level sponsor of the Mountain Rescue Association, and they sponsor us not only with materials and funds for hosting conferences, but you're also basically running this whole program, this webinar program for us. And it's a really fantastic asset to our members. So Jessica, you know, a round of applause for you and for PMI for helping us with this. Before I go any further after that, welcome to the MRA. I want to welcome Appalachian Mountain Rescue Team as an associate member of the Mountain Rescue Association. They came on board at the last meeting and sent a great delegation to talk to us about their organization. And congratulations to Fremont Search and Rescue on becoming a fully accredited member of the Mountain Rescue Association. So yet another digital round of applause for those two teams. For those of you who are not familiar with the Mountain Rescue Association, the Mountain Rescue Association is an organization of teams dedicated to saving lives through mountain safety education. We do so by improving the quality, availability, and the safety of mountain search and rescue through a nationally respected framework for peer accreditation of fully accredited member teams, by promoting mountain safety education, by providing a forum for the development and exchange of information on mountain search and rescue techniques, equipment, and safety. Our vision statement and guiding principles. We're an association of teams that are recognized as the leader in mountain search and rescue best practices. We create excellence through professionalism, integrity, camaraderie, dedication, respect, and the sharing of knowledge. Some of our secondary missions, we help collect statistics on mountain rescue incidents and mountain rescue accidents. We help arrange local and regional mountain safety conferences. We provide research and development grants as well as data collection tools for special projects. We co-sponsor the IDERS conference, so if you've gone there, we've been a co-sponsor of that event. We also represent our member teams in national and international search and rescue, law enforcement, and emergency management organizations. What are the benefits of being a member of the MRA? So I get that question a lot as down to our members. What does the MRA do for us? Well, again, we are an education organization. We're out there to share information gathered from all of our teams and all of the countries and all of the organizations that we're a part of. One of the best ways to see what's going on in the MRA right now, other than our website and our Facebook page, is the Meridian, our association's quarterly online magazine, which covers mountain rescue news from around the globe. So if you're not getting the Meridian, definitely talk to your team's delegate and your region chairs, because that quarterly-ish magazine, I will say, comes out and it's got a ton of great information on what the MRA is doing. We also offer a lot of great training programs. So if you go to our website, you'll see not only these PDF materials that are out there on skiing and backcountry safety. That's actually a video that Stowe Mountain Rescue helped create, and our PDFs on avalanche rescue and working with the media and search and rescue. But we also have some online learning management system programs that I'll talk about a little later on in the presentation. We also have fantastic access for our member teams for pro deals. Rail Riders, Mammoth, Cloudveil, Julbo, Princeton Tech, Sierra Designs, Thermarest, and this is even an old list of new programs that are out there. All of that will be detailed. You can talk to your team delegate or your region chair who'll get you information on how you can become part of those pro deals. But the MRA will never become more than what you guys, what our membership helps us make of it, and really the sky's the limit. Please, we encourage you to come out and join us at our conferences, both the winter business meeting, which is more of a work session for us, but the spring conference, which really everybody gets hands-on and gets to work out in the field together and share that knowledge, share the safety and education that we're really looking to get out of the Mountain Rescue Association. You could become a member of one of our committees, our medical committee, safety committee, and education. They're all leading the way on how we're operating and trying to share the knowledge that we're picking up from all of these different organizations. You could become a regional or international evaluator or take part in an international mountain rescue exchange program. As I mentioned before, we do have that research and grants program where we'll help sponsor a research project that you're looking to do that might bring a new safety technique, better, safer technique to the mountain rescue community. We also have load cells and various other equipment that we can loan to you to help you with your research project. You can become a member of the Honor Guard. Our Mountain Rescue Association Honor Guard is the only dedicated national level Honor Guard for search and rescue teams. We're looking for a lot of people to assist out in becoming possibly external agency liaisons between the National Ski Patrol, FEMA, NFPA, ASTM, and NASAR. Or if you're looking for a lot of more work, you can become a member, become an officer of the MRA, or a region officer, etc. So we are, this is a volunteer-based and volunteer-run organization. So we're always looking for your help to make it better and bring more value to our members. So now that I've got the commercials out of the way, I guess we'll get back to our winter meeting post-game highlights. So our winter meeting is a 2-day event. Starts off Saturday with really breakout sessions, and then Sunday we get into the business meeting, the more formal business meeting where we're voting on policy, procedures, and our budgeting and what direction we're going to go for the next year. So on Saturday, we started off and spent most of the day talking about ICAR 2016 and beyond, led by John Chang, who probably stood up more at that meeting than I even did, and basically introduced us to what ICAR is, the benefits that our membership and our delegation that we send to ICAR brings to us. We had a brief presentation from Tom Wood and Bill Laxon about the work of our safety committee. Rocky gave us an update on our fundraising program. Antonio Rizzo updated us on our MRA scholarship program, which is, again, sending people who've never been to an MRA concert, trying to give them a little bit of money to help get them there so they can see what we do at these conferences. Charlie Szymanski led a great update on our training and education, and specifically our online learning management system and the opportunities that we have there for our members, as well as briefing us on the status of the marketing video that we approved last year that we're moving forward with this year. We had a discussion about some MRA policy updates and had a great presentation from Amanda Leader from IMSRU about our spring conference. We spoke briefly about the MRA History and Memorial Project with information from Tim Kovacs, Marty Lynch, and myself. And then I updated everyone on all the various changes that have been happening on the MRA digital and media streams. So to get into the nuts and bolts of it all, the International Commission on Alpine Rescue. Again, we spent a lot of time talking about this and bringing the members up to speed on why we're committing the resources that we do to it and what benefits we bring back from that commitment to our members. So ICAR is really an international mountain rescue association. It's the MRA on the national scale. They have commissions broken out into terrestrial rescue, air rescue, avalanche rescue, and alpine emergency medicine. The MRA continues to be the leading agency representing the United States in the international mountain rescue community. Our MRA representatives participate in each of the ICAR commissions. Our delegates, when they come back from that meeting, issue a report from each of those commissions that we publish in both the Meridian. We have presentations that are given at the spring conferences. We might have blog postings about that. You'll see information from those reports on Facebook. And hopefully later this year, you'll see those presentations on the findings of those committees in the PMI webinars later this year. The MRA, we had a long discussion about increasing our investment in our ICAR delegation, not only to send our delegate, but also to send our alternates as well, because there's a ton of information that's coming out in those meetings. And by sending both our alternate and our delegate, we're hoping to get even more quality product out of that meeting into our reports and then into the presentations that we then later share with our members. If you're looking to get more information on ICAR, there's a great video called We Are ICAR on the ICAR website at www.alpine-rescue.org. And there's some great videos on conference highlights on their website as well. There was one policy change that we made based on the recommendation of our ICAR committee. We revised Section 502 of the MRA policies to read that regular member units and or organizations of the Mountain Rescue Association cannot apply for membership into ICAR in the membership types that will allow for voting privileges. This could be perceived as the MRA attempting to unfairly increase its voting influence with ICAR. If the MRA regular associate member units and or organizations wish to apply for any type of membership in ICAR, they must first notify the MRA and receive permission by a 2/3 majority vote of the MRA Board of Directors. So this is really just a temporary change to our policies while the International Commission on Alpine Rescue changes its membership policies. Hopefully we'll have another update of that later in the year. Our Safety Committee provides tools, programs, and information that'll help drive MRA teams to help achieve a zero-incident safety culture. We're trying to encourage teams and help share their internal safety-related information and incidents for the benefit of our other member teams. We're trying to find ways right now to better leverage on our various media streams some of the information that's coming out from this committee and all of our committees. Trying to get stuff out on YouTube, trying to get stuff out on Vimeo, again, using Facebook and our website to share the information that we're getting from our members. We continue to sponsor the Lessons Learned discussion panel at every spring conference. This was something that I had made sure was featured at the conference that my team hosted in 2014, and it was a really great event where we shared a lot of, potentially near-miss incidents. But everybody walked away, they learned something, they were able to bring something back to their team that helped make their operations a little better, a little safer. So this is one of those things that I really look forward to seeing at every conference. So that Safety Committee will periodically distribute safety-related bulletins and recall notices both on our MRA lister as well as our Facebook page. And that Safety Committee is going to start working on helping teams develop their own internal formal safety programs and plans if they need assistance. Our scholarships, Antonio presented a really great update on what was going on with the MRA scholarship program. And again, the intention was to bring new members to MRA conferences so they could see what really happens at these events firsthand for the first time. While this program is growing in popularity, it was really underused. We'd like to see more people participate. So if you'd like to get on board, you'd like to come out to one of these conferences and you've never had the chance to before, reach out to your team delegate and your region chair, and they can help you walk through that process. This is one of those really great ways that the MRA can give back to its member teams by trying to get new blood attending these conferences and participating in these meetings. Rocky Henderson gave us a great update on our fundraising program. This team has been very successful in bringing in new exciting sponsors to the MRA, and the existing donors are actually increasing their annual commitments to us. And you can see that on our website. There's a section for our sponsors, and you'll see people moving up from the silver to the gold to the platinum to the president's level. Excuse me. So after that, Charlie Szymanski gave us a great presentation on the status of the MRA Learning Management System. This is a system that we developed about 4 years ago as a test bed to see how much interest we would get and how much commitment we should put into a product like this. And we were very surprised at how many people were signing up and taking these classes and how many regions actually turned one of these programs into a requirement for their members. So when we saw that commitment, we realized we wanted to double down on our commitment with Moodle and remote learner to be able to build a really great, robust learning management system for our members. So if you are looking to get onto this learning management system, if you go under our website and their training and education and click on the Mountain Rescue training, the first listing there will be the program called Basic Helicopter Safety, and it is up and working. It's a little bland. This was, again, just a little beta test bed that we put together to keep getting the program, gauging interest in the program. But with a little investment of money and a ton of Charlie Szymanski's time, we have this new program that's going to launch March 1st, which is a much nicer looking program, a lot better, a lot easier to get through and to go and take the courses, and a lot nicer looking. So we'll give you a quick spin through there. This is that splash page when you land on the Helicopters and Search and Rescue basic level program. And this is a quick view of one of the lessons in helicopter basics, transitional lift. And each chapter ends with a quick quiz, which if you don't answer the question properly, will throw you back into the program so you can get the information so you can move forward. And at the end of this class, you actually get a certificate of participation in the program. So again, look forward to seeing that launching March 1st. The new version of it will be up and working. Charlie then moved on to presenting an update on the MRA marketing video. Last year we started research into creating a video that we could not only use to promote the MRA to potential donors, but also that would be a recruitment tool for us, the MRA, recruiting new member teams, and that local teams could use to recruit members into their own organization. It also was looked at that this could potentially be a nice promo piece that member teams could use. So we're now moving forward with a contract with a production company who's going to start working on that video, and hopefully those who attend the spring conference will see the videographers there in Boise. Now that I mentioned the spring conference, Amanda Leader gave us a fantastic presentation on what we're going to see at the 2017 Spring Conference in Boise, June 2nd and 4th in 2017. So the registration website, I believe, is live, and they're going to be updating that as things change. We're very excited to be going to Boise. I hope to see you all there. Sign up early. We did do a very brief update on the MRA History, Memorial, and Line of Duty Death projects. We are revamping this committee and kind of bringing the MRA History, the Memorial project that Marty Lynch has been working towards launching, as well as the Line of Duty Death database tracking that Tim Kovacs has been doing, into one committee so we can start moving forward on all of these projects as they're very interrelated. So in the next Meridian, you should see some updates as to what we're going to be working on with this committee in better preserving the history of the MRA, memorializing those we lost, and trying to learn from those as well. And finally, on Saturday, we went on to moving towards how we can move from the initial launch of the new website, which was just basically recreating the old website but on a new platform that was much easier for us to maintain and manage. Now we're moving on to recreating, creating new content and trying to better leverage all of these platforms to get information out to our members. So our admin lister was relaunched, and just before the winter business meeting, so there was a flood of messages that were being sent out when that got back online. The MRA lister, which is really our chat lister, should be coming online shortly. Our webinars, thanks to PMI, are continuing, and they're a fantastic tool that we're going to better focus on the Phase 2 revise of our website. But we're also hoping to start bringing in video clips on either Vimeo or YouTube from our member teams. So if you're doing something cool and you want to share that with other members of the Mountain Rescue Association or the Mountain Rescue community, we're hoping to have some YouTube channels that we can share all that information and post up some lessons learned, some new tips or tricks that you might have learned in your team, so we can share that information better with our members. Again, our LMS was relaunched, but the version 2 will launch March 1st. And in one of our really cool partnerships with Esri, we've got now real-time member stats that we're going to start posting on our website. So bear with me while this loads up, and hopefully it'll be quick. So this is a quick version of what you might see on the final version of what we're going to launch here. Here we go. So as teams are posting data on their mission reports portal, you're seeing them pop up live. So you can see 11 missions in this region. So far we have a total of 57 missions reported, and yes, we see 1,461 people saved, but that's because we have a little bit of a data issue here that we're gonna figure out. I believe somebody put in a whole bunch of PSAR events as all those people were saved. So we're going to be better filtering our data before it goes live, but you can see as you zoom in, it's, you know, updating in that general area. We had 96 missions and 148 subjects found. So hopefully that will go live in the next month or so. And we'll get back to the presentation here. So we're also doing some updates to how we're listing our teams. So all our member teams, we encourage you to send us 175 characters on the area that your team serves, because as we are making changes to that section of our website, we want to give a little bit more detail as to what your team is. And this is what the new team section is looking like. So it's not just the old list that we had of the teams and their logo, but now it'll actually, you can geographically search for our member teams. So it's kind of a little more interesting way of viewing that information. So member teams are going to be sending an email out shortly to the MRA admin lister asking for those 175 characters on the area that your team serves, and we can get that section updated. We're also going to start working on our members only area. So you're going to see the MRA digital archives. Currently we only have the past few years of meeting minutes, but hopefully we're going to have another 10 years or so going up soon. We also hope to start scanning and digitally preserving a lot of our old paper minutes and getting that available as something that you could find on our website. We're also going to get a better Pro Deals section set up, so this way everybody can see what the details are and how they can log on and get access to the MRA Pro Deal opportunities. One thing I want to mention to everybody, there is an MRA Style Guides and Graphic Toolkit that's in a Dropbox link that we can send you. It goes over the proper setup and use of MRA logos on your team's website. All those logo files as well as the style guide will be found on the MRA Dropbox, and if you're interested in getting that information, email info@mra.org and we will follow up with logon information for that. So we burned through that pretty quickly. That was briefly our meeting update and what we went through and what we accomplished. But I'd love to open the floor up to those people that got on the call. How can we better serve you, the member? Are there things that you're looking for the MRA that you're not getting? And I realize I'm opening up a huge door, but I've got the time and I'd love to hear from the members if you're here.
Okay, so you can go ahead and type any of those comments or questions into the chat/question section of your control panel. And right now we do have a question. I think it was sent in a little earlier. Has Monty made any progress on changing or giving us the ability to change what the public sees as far as the location for the missions?
I believe they're working on that. This is where we're trying to give a very generic location on where that mission is. So before that goes live, yes, we're going to have that drilled down, and that'll be sent out in an email with instructions to the members on, as they're reporting missions, if they have missions that they can't necessarily report a lot of data on, or they don't want them publicly posted, that they'll be able to click and say that this does not become part of the public data set, but it'll be part of the admin-only data set for what missions are being done. But yes, we are working on that, and we're going to make sure that before this rolls out, that information will get out to the people who manage that data for you.
Okay. The next one is, when will the team member area be updated? Our team marker has had the wrong web address for over 2 years, and we've sent multiple requests for the correction.
Send me an email. I will have my email address up at the end of this. I know we're going through a lot of those. We've had a couple of issues where these things were conflicting from what was being sent in to us and to what was on our historical information, and of course what might be on the map might be a little different than what is on the old team lists that we had posted. We're working currently on getting all of that updated, because even my own team's information seems to be out of date. So those of you who do have that issue, email me. I'll give you my email address at the end of this program here. I'll just throw it up now. And we'll get that updated for you. And we're sorry that got missed.
Okay, the next one is there a National Swiftwater Rescue certification?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm just now getting into the Swiftwater side of the world with the urban search and rescue team that I work on. I know there's a national level conference that goes on, but I'm not aware of a national certification. But then I also have not really looked deep into it. I know NASAR has been looking at the possibility of building a Swiftwater certification, but I'm not sure the status of that currently. But I'll look into it, and again, email me at my email address here, and I'll see if I can find something out and get back to you.
Okay. Next one is, does the MRA have any plans to establish technical standards that is collaborated with other organizations such as the AMGA?
Well, so the MRA doesn't post technical standards. We have our evaluation criteria, which allows, of course, for a lot of flexibility because a lot of us do things differently. We are sharing a lot of information and best practices. But we don't currently have a set standard of this is how every MRA team is going to operate or run internally. So I don't believe there's going to be a set standard that we'll ever put out there that says this is how the knots that you have to use and the systems that you have to use. But we're more of an organization that shows you, hey, here's all the different options. And here's the different tools that are out there for you. Do your own local research as to what works best for the area that you serve.
Okay. The next one is MRA going to stay focused on rope rescue, or are they looking at supporting canine man tracking and other sections of the full service SAR team?
Well, the MRA is not just rope rescue. We are all mountain rescue. We do have a lot of teams that have canine components, but we don't test and certify individuals like you would certify a canine. We test and certify a team. So if your team were to come out and have a canine component, I'm sure that would be part of their evaluation for their wilderness search section. Our evaluations are run in 3 pieces. You've got your wilderness search, your snow and ice, and your technical rock. So in your wilderness search, if you had a canine component, I'm sure they'd be evaluating how you're fielding that component and how you're integrating that component, canine, into it. I know especially some of the Western teams are very heavily involved in making sure that there's a good tracking capability within each team. So yeah, we do encompass all of that as part of the evaluation, but we do not issue an individual accreditation to any one of our members. It's a team accreditation.
Okay. And kind of a side note, Gary Ferris, who is the MRA web support, said that
Hey, Gary.
he said that if you send the correct information to websupport@mra.org, he will now see it with the corrections made yesterday, so you can update any team information, including web addresses, logos, and the 175-character description of the area served. And,
cool. Now that I know you're on, Gary, I can embarrass you. Gary, thank you for all the work that you're doing on helping us do this revise. To everyone out there, you know, we're all volunteers for our own team as well as volunteers for the MRA. So we're volunteers on top of volunteers, and most of us are also volunteering for other things as well. But Gary's been doing a lot of the grunt work of getting this website looking really polished and looking nice. So we're on that fine-tuning phase right now, and Gary's been great at, you know, as these emails start coming in with revision requests, we're trying to get to that as soon as we can. Our goal is, and we're getting close to it, we're going to have a team of about 6 people that are helping to run the digital platforms that the MRA shares, because it's Facebook, Vimeo, YouTube, our website. So there's a lot of work to be done, and we want it to become where you email web support and there's 6 people that might get that email, and as soon as they can jump on it, they're going to be jumping on it. And Gary usually beats me to the punch every time, so thank you again, Gary.
Okay, the next question is, a few years ago there was a big push by FEMA for typing and certs. Do you know what the status is on that, and is MRA working with the feds on it?
The MRA continues to work with the feds on it. That typing process, I know I was at the state SAR coordinators meeting in DC a month or so ago, and they admit that it's basically gone nowhere. So yes, we continue to be active, and we're trying to make sure that the MRA has a presence in those meetings as well as the NSARC and state SAR coordinators meetings. So we're monitoring all that, and we want to make sure that we continue to have a say in how those standards and typing are developed, so they meet the needs of our members. But as of right now, I think most of that has stalled. It hasn't moved forward that far.
Okay. The next one is, how would I be able to get more involved with the memorial line of duty death section of the MRA?
Email me at president@mra.org, and I will immediately fire back to you. This is one of those things that I'm very committed to. I am a member of the Honor Guard as well. I'm a volunteer volunteering for a volunteer organization and volunteering again. But yeah, we'd love to have some assistance with this. This is really near and dear to my heart, so we'd love to have you. So shoot me an email, and I'll get you involved.
Okay. The next one is, can you send out this information update process to the admin listserv?
Yes. Before we do any of these big updates, we're going to get that out there to please go check your locations. Please make sure your address is reading right. We've got the newest, latest, greatest logo of yours. The emails are proper. One of the big issues that I noticed that we were having, that our website had a lot of links to information that were on your team's pages. So as teams would change their web host or change their domain name or change how their website was done, of course now all of our links became dead. So we're trying to come up with a better solution to that. But yeah, before we do any of these major updates, we're going to get out some information, everybody, to please go through and check their team's information to make sure that's updated. The pin is popping up in the right place. And again, we will have instructions on how you can get that public information posted, and if there's something that you don't want public, how to make sure that's either excluded from the data set or obscured enough that it's not going to give anybody actionable information.
Okay.
And that'll all go out on that admin lister.
Okay, great. Thank you. The next one is, does MRA support drone use as does NASAR?
Yeah, I mean, we support the good use of any tool that's out there. I know a lot of MRA teams have been playing around and testing drones. I know my team has. So yeah, I mean, it could be a very cool tool. And if it's going to help save a life, absolutely we would support it.
Okay, and it doesn't look like we have any more right now. So do you have anything further for us, Brian?
That's all I have.
Okay. Well, then let's go ahead and wrap this up. If you have any last-minute questions or comments or anything for Brian, then you can definitely type them in as I'm wrapping this up. And let me just switch over the screens.
Yeah, and please, if anybody has any other questions, my email is up there, my phone number is up there, so please give me a shout. We're here for you, we work for you.
Okay, so you should be seeing my screen now, and it's still showing Brian's email address. As he said, you can email him with any further questions. And the MRA webinar series hosts webinars frequently. We do already have one scheduled for next month, so keep an eye out for the announcement about that one. And you can also keep an eye on the PMI and MRA websites for future dates and topics. And for news and updates, you can follow PMI and MRA on Facebook and Twitter at the addresses shown at the bottom of your screen. So we don't have any other questions, so that's it for today, and thank you all for joining us. We hope it was helpful, and thank you very much, Brian, for presenting it.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great day, everybody.